He's doing it again. He's piggybacking off of Simo's content. Oh no. Tell me something that I didn't need to know in a 10-minute video. Today we're going to be talking about Utopic Zexal and how generic card... And you know what? No, I'm not doing this. Nope. That's it. That's the video. That's it. That's all I got, guys. Sorry to tell you that. I can't talk about Zexal for 10 minutes. But let's dig on into this, shall we? Where'd the Santa hat go? Well, in between the 12 days of Christmas and everything. Okay. I shouldn't have... silly hat. I shouldn't have to make a video discussion about this. Because it's common sense. But there are literally players out there that are like, Zexal's a fair card. Alright. If anybody, if you live underneath a rock, I literally made like 2 videos last week that we were talking about Utopic Zexal, and we were talking about Numeron Eldritch. Alright? Now, inherent cards in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That deny the opponent the chance to play the game are bad by design, right? Alright, Utopic Zexal, check. I activate 1 field spell, mill off a card, and what, for a 5-card extra deck dedication, I get to jam you out of playing the game. Well, you could be like other people, like, just play Kaiju's 5-head. It's so easy, just Kaiju their Zexal. Alright, well that doesn't stop them from Eldritch being able to capitalize back on you on the next turn. Like, the issue here with the Zexal is, yes, it stops your opponent from playing the game, but it's those follow-up cards. I've seen Zexal boards where it's just Zexal, and then there's no follow-up, alright? But that's a story for another day, alright? If you're activating 1 field spell and the other 4 cards in your hand are bricks, well then you're doing it wrong. A card that jams the opponent out of playing the game, not fair. Now, we need to have... Why are we just talking about Zexal here? Okay. Does everybody else forget that there's another card that's also been a problem? Oh, it's actually a... Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, guys, hold up. Oh, I'm sorry. This is only a video about Zexal for 10 minutes. Screw that garbage. Okay. True King of all Calamities exists right now. Alright, like, you guys, if you've kept up with any part of the competitive scene right now, you've been seeing the True King of all Calamities, right? Right, Simo? Oh, you just want to talk about Zexal today with your thumbnail? Oh, okay. Oh, I haven't watched the video. I just saw Zexal in the thumbnail. I was like, like, why are we making a campaign to ban Zexal now? Like, I get it. I get it's bad. And yeah, I get it's bad for the game. But, like, you've literally got True King of all Calamities over here. It does the exact literal same thing, in my opinion. I mean, okay, so one says that your opponent can't play spells and trap cards. The other one says, well, you know, like, you can play spells and trap cards. Like, come on now. Both of these are very evil cards to the game. If you guys haven't noticed with the power creep and how the game is going right now, these older cards from older eras that create these conditions that say your opponent can't play cards for the turn, if you've noticed, there's been many ways to do these. You've got Zexal, which is a classic one. We took care of him. Then he just went back into the trade binder. Nobody gave 2 craps about Zexal. And then all of a sudden the Numeron engine comes out. We're like, oh, this is disgusting. And then come into this format over here. You've got players that are exploring True King of all Calamities, right? Like, we're not stupid. We know this. You've got dinosaurs that are doing it. You've got Fluffles that'll be able to make it and rise. And then you've got a very, very, very minuscule amount of people that are like... It's almost like you've got to have 500 IQ to realize that True King of all Calamities is a problem in this format. You know, it's almost like during Zoo format when Yang Doodle was a problem. Like, nobody really realized that. I mean, it was really overshadowed by everything else that was happening in the format. But I wanna compare the Yang Zing ban on the Synchro to literally this right now. It's still a problem within the format. Is it the key format issue? Is it the defining problem? No, it's not. But it is an unfair interaction that is coming to the format right now. And I do think that with how everything is progressing in terms of card design and development for the game, that we are going to have to... You can't just check Zexal and expect our friend, Mr. True King of all Calamities over here, to, continue on with his life. It's really unfair. Oh boy, the Sky Striker player's talking about unfair. Stupid Eldritch players. Ugh. It's all my comment section is. It's like, hello pot, stop calling kettle black. It's like... Psyduck. Does anybody else, like... I can't be the only one here that thinks that lingering condition effects should not continue to be printed on the game that include generic-esque negations for the opponent. Anybody else think that that's not fair at all? Like, things like Appaloosa are fine in the game's development, because if I out the Appaloosa, it's fine. Like, it's not a lingering condition. I can deal with it, alright? But once your turn goes and you're like, detach material, just you drop it on the floor, and you're like, you cannot play the game for this turn. And you're just like... you wonder why people have such a bad name for Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's because of things like this. Man, Robbie's on a baby rage this morning. I don't know, man. I think overall for the development of the game, it's fine. Now, what makes these cards broken, Robbie? I don't understand. One card bust Zexal wide open. And I've compared the Numeron engine to Orcust at least 9 times at this point. And people still are like, wow, you're playing bad cards in your deck? Eldritch already doesn't use their extra deck unless it's for, like, the secondary engine. Like, hello? Like, if I'm playing the Invoked version, I'm dedicating, 4 cards to the engine? Like, double Macabre Purgatrio and, like, something else, Kaliga? Like, that's your dedication that you're packing in for that. You got, like, besides, like, good generic link monsters, you have room to pack. You can find room to pack in the Numeron engine. Like, any deck, besides, like, Extrav decks, like, all jokes aside, though, like, you should probably not be playing Extrav with the Numeron engine unless you're a deck that doesn't rely on the extra deck. Alright, like, if you could give 2 craps less about it, then go for it, but that's not worth it, okay? But it's definitely a good sublimation engine. It does give decks. It does make good decks better. But the other issue is, I want to compare Zexal to Norden here. Alright? So, Norden did wonders for Tier 2, Tier 3 decks. It allowed these decks to have this extender that was crazy, and it would allow the Tier 2 decks to make these awesome boards that you wouldn't think possible, right? We acknowledged that with Norden about 2 to 3 years ago, right? The problem was Norden did not only help those decks, Norden helps make the higher tier decks also more playable. And that's an issue here, is what we're going to see with this. Yes, the Numeron engine and Zexal allow these other decks to go first, and they allow the decks to Zexal lock you. That's fantastic, alright? It's awesome that Trickstars can do that to you. That's great. But what ends up happening is a deck like Eldritch wants to also play this engine, and they do play it, and then you're getting hit as hard, and you're getting destroyed even like worse in these matchups, because it's also helping them out in the same degree it's helping you out. You know, the better cards are still going to be better with those. And, you know, it's just like you get a shiny turd, and I also get a shiny turd. Your shiny turd helps you out, but my shiny turd also helps me out. But I'm already better than you anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right, like you're raising up here because you're shiny turd. My shiny turd's taking me here. Like, both cases, both decks are raising. There's no difference in the additional power level that was already assigned pre-increase with the Numeron engine. Shit cards are still shit cards. All right, like, that's how it works. I'm sorry, all right? It's cool that you can cheese Zexal me a little bit more consistently, and you can make me feel bad as an Eldritch player because you went first and you won the dice roll and you made me feel better, or you made me feel bad because you beat me, but that doesn't make your deck any better than it already is. Congratulations. Because other 9,000 times I win the dice roll, I'm going to do the same thing to you. You still lose to Ash Blossom all the same, Mr. Trickstar player. Man, it's a lot of pent-up rage there. But I'm just saying, that's how it is. Alright, Engine's good, it's consistent, it helps increase the viability of the other decks. Problem is, it makes the other decks way more consistent. Thanks, True King of all Calamities. Can we ban that card? I'm cool with just banning Zexal and everything, but if we could get rid of True King of all Calamities, that'd be great too. This completes my rant. Peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCall40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCall40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcallgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.